Hi everybody, this is Nick Tan here again, and today I'm going to do a really quick video to chat with you guys about a product that I managed to get my hands on. This is Dreambox by a gentleman known as Jota. Now, first of all, right off the bat, let me just say that this is a product that I am most definitely going to be using. I'm going to be using it straight out of the box, or I will be applying the method and adapting it, changing it a little bit to perform a routine that is already currently in my own repertoire. If you know me, and you're familiar with the kind of stuff that I do. If you attended any of my online lectures before, you will know that I like this kind of approach when it comes to methods to create predictions. So first of all, what is Dreambox? Okay, so the effect of Dreambox is really simple. What happens is the performer, you will hand a spectator a lanyard. The lanyard is hung around the spectator's neck. You then have the spectator make some choices. They choose a location somewhere in the world that they would like to travel to. They also choose a band, right? A music band that they would like to go and attend a concert. And then they will choose a drink. And also they will choose a celebrity that they would like to, I don't know, meet or spend time with or take a selfie in this dream that they have, right? So at the end of it all, the spectator will then feel the lanyard that's been hanging around their neck the entire time. They will feel something inside. It's like a piece of paper inside. You tell them to remove the lanyard. You then remove from within the lanyard a folded piece of paper. And on that folded piece of paper, the spectator will find all the information predicted printed on the paper itself. So you can see this is like a kind of a multiple prediction kind of effect. And let me show you exactly what you get inside the box right now. So let me just show you what you get with the box. The box looks like this, all right? Very neat looking packaging. This is actually a sleeve. Okay, inside the sleeve you will see the main box that contains all the stuff, and it says Dreambox on the front, which ties in with the presentation that I suppose Jota uses with the trick. So I'm going to show you what you get inside the box. You get, first of all, a string with a little ring. You will get the lanyard. All right, it's ungimmicked lanyard. I mean, gimmicked in a way, but not exactly gimmicked per se. All right. Then you're going to get the cards, which the spectator will make their choices from, and on top of that you will receive the other predictions as well. All right, I'm going to show you shall we say just one of them. Okay, so here we go. This is what the prediction looks like. Okay, it's printed on very high quality, I think it's high quality paper, and it's quite sturdy even if you fold it up later on. I haven't set mine up yet, but when I do, I'm sure it will look very nice, and it should last a long time with proper care. So this is one that says, Paris, Coldplay, the chocolate drink, and behind you have a picture of Brad Pitt. So you get those inside the box, along with some others. Okay, along with the product itself and the props, you also get links to online videos where Jota himself will bring you through the routine, how to set up all the props and stuff. I have not set up the props myself. However, I will say that the setup is going to be a tedious process. All right, it's not difficult, but I suggest you do it slowly, take your time, do it neatly. All things considered, I think you should set it up just under an hour. I think maybe 45 to 50 minutes. After a while you get a bit faster, but the setup will be a little bit tedious, but you just have to do it once, and after you do it once, the reset is really, really simple. I like the method a lot. Just a little bit about the method before we go any further. The method for bringing about this kind of effect, descriptions of it can be found in Edelman's Practical Mental Magic, and there's a gimmick in there which I personally used quite a bit in the past. I've made a set of those as per Edelman's description inside the book. I think it's also mentioned in Corinda's 13 Steps to Mentalism in step 4, I believe, in the predictions section. The method is also mentioned there. The more modern approaches to this kind of a method, people like Cosmo Solano, Luch, and I think Christopher Taylor has also done excellent work in this area as well. So once you've gotten this, and if you're interested in this kind of work, I strongly suggest you go and check out the work of people like Luch and Christopher Taylor, because those are quite excellent. In my online lecture, I also briefly talked about how I use this kind of approach, because I was using and still do use this kind of approach. But anyway, back to this trick. Okay, so these are the cards. They're again printed on very high quality cardstock. They are almost like postcards, basically. All right, so these are the choices. Now, what I like about this trick is the spectator makes choices, right? I mentioned earlier that I do an effect in my repertoire where I ask people to make choices as well. However, in my routine, looking at this routine now, in my routine, the choices that I give the spectator are verbal choices. It's very similar to a routine that Luch shares on his Penguin Live lecture, which is called Would You Rather, I think. I think that's the name, but that's the theme of his routine. So I give the spectator verbal choices, and they verbally tell me which one they want, right? In this case, it would be the equivalent of doing this routine but without the cards. And I would just ask the spectator, would you prefer to go to Hawaii or Paris? Oh, Paris, okay. You would dare to see a concert. Do you see Coldplay, AC/DC, or the Spice Girls? Coldplay, okay. And so you see, it's like you're just making all these verbal choices. At the end, before you reveal the prediction, without those cards, all right, you will have to actually kind of remember what the spectator's choices were, all right, before you can do the method and get the outcome that you want. Okay, so now looking at this approach using like visual stuff, I think I prefer this now. In fact, I'm going to try and apply this approach to the routine that I'm doing. You ask the spectator, do you want this or this? And whatever they want, you can hand to them. So I'll just leave this in frame. You hand that to them. So they'll choose one of 2 locations. They will then choose one of 3 music bands, okay? So let's say they choose Coldplay, that's the one, and you dump these 2 that they don't want, you dump them away. They'll then choose one of 2 drinks, chocolate, whiskey. Let's say they go for whiskey, all right? And then they will choose one of 5 celebrities that they would like to meet during this imaginary trip, okay? So that's one of 2 locations, it's somewhere in the world, one of 3 bands, one of 2 drinks, and one of 5 celebrities. You do the math, there are 60 different outcomes possible with the spectator's choices. Okay, so it is quite impressive odds, I think. All right, it's not just like a 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3. Everything multiplied together, there are actually 60 different scenarios in which this can play out. But all those are covered. All right, and you will definitely get the right outcome. Okay, now the method as applied to this, I think it's very clever, because again, in the routine that I do, I keep comparing to the routine that I do. I don't want to tell you too much about my routine. I don't think there's any need to, but I think comparing it is very useful for me because I can tell you the differences. In my routine, the method is the core method is the same. However, my method is a tactile method. It's a tactile approach to this particular method, okay? And when I say tactile, I mean I have to feel, okay, for what I need to get done. Whereas in this handling, this way that it's done, there's no need to feel because everything is hiding in plain sight. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Everything that you need is hiding in plain sight. There's no need to guess. There's no need to feel for anything because you can see everything exactly what you need. It's all hiding in plain sight. Okay, so it's not a tactile method. It is something that you can see. Okay, so it's very easy to execute. Also, usually when it comes to this kind of methods, especially with this number of possibilities, right? There are 60. Okay, it's not 8. It's not 16. it's 60, especially with this number of possibilities, there's bound to be some memory work, right? You would assume that there's some memory work involved. However, surprisingly, because of the way the method works, okay, because of how it works, you will have no problems whatsoever when it comes to which of the 60 scenarios you wish to have happen. It's very well thought out. I think it's been done before, this kind of approach. However, in this particular routine, I think it's very well thought out, very well applied. Now, I've just told you guys about everything that I like about the routine. I'm going to tell you guys some stuff that maybe I wish wasn't like that, okay? Well, first of all, the locations that you get, the choices of the locations, these are fine, all right? Hawaii and Paris, they're fine. I personally would have enjoyed Japan to be one of the choices, but that's just me, it's just a personal preference. But these two are fine, okay? Hawaii and Paris. The problem for me comes with the bands, the music bands. That's Coldplay, which is fine. Coldplay is pretty cool. AC/DC, I'm not a fan. I'm not very familiar with AC/DC. I mean, I know who they are, I've heard of them, but I don't know. It's just a choice that feels a bit odd to me. And then if I'm performing for a younger kind of a demographic, younger age group, I'm just afraid that people might not relate to this very well. And then there is the Spice Girls. First of all, I believe there were 5 members. Don't ask me how I know that, but I think there were 5 members. Could be wrong. Yeah, there are only 4 here. But anyway, Spice Girls, not a band that I would show. I mean, I guess I could play it off as something that is quite, funny. Would you like to see Coldplay, AC/DC, or the Spice Girls? Something like that. Maybe that would play. I don't know. But I would have preferred other bands with this set of choices. The drinks, they are okay. I mean, chocolate, whiskey, that's fine. Celebrities, I suppose they're all right. Kim Kardashian, you get Brad Pitt, Kim Kardashian, Johnny Depp, Will Smith, and Jennifer Aniston. I would have replaced somebody with people like, I don't know, Taylor Swift or Tom Cruise, someone who is probably more recognizable at this point in time, who has done more recent work, so that again, it will cater more for the younger people in the audience who I haven't been performing for. But these will work, all right? The lanyard, the method for the lanyard, I think it is all right. Well, I would probably use a different way of showing the prediction, okay? But this is what it is. This is provided. It's taught exactly how to do it. You may like it, you may not, I don't know, but I might use a different method for this. If using this, I don't know, I might customize this piece. It's just a piece of paper inside. I might customize it somehow, put my, I don't know, my logo or something else there. But that's just a small point, all right? So all in all, I like this a lot. I mean, everything fits inside this box, okay? So it's quite a compact thing to keep inside your performance case, all right? One more point about this is I see this as a platform, a stage, a parlor kind of a routine. It would play as well, I suppose, for a larger audience. However, as you can tell, I mean, these cards are fine. They will, people will be able to see them even from a distance. However, the final prediction, I don't think anybody is going to be able to see that from stage. Right? So unless you have the help of projection, it's a bit small for that, right? It has to be this size because of the method, okay? But because of that, then I don't know, the type of shows that this would play at might be affected somewhat. That's just a little point to bear in mind. You can still make this play bigger, I suppose, by having a spectator on stage, and the spectator can, verify for everybody in the audience what this says, all right? But you just won't get the visual wow factor when you turn the piece of paper around, right? Because people cannot see. All right, but all in all, I enjoy this. As I said, It's a method that I enjoy, all right, so it is a perfect fit for me. That being said, I might use it directly out from the box, I might not. I might apply the method to my own routine that I've been performing, my makeup a set just for my routine. Again, as I mentioned, using the cards to add a visual kind of element to the whole routine. Also, I've got a couple of online shows coming up, and I think this would play for an online performance. All right, so I might throw this into one of my online shows just to have a feel of how it plays for people online. Plus, because it is online, a small prediction doesn't matter because you can bring it up to the screen anyway. So I think it's perfect for online shows as well. So that's all I have to say about Dreambox. It's a great product, high quality. I picked my copy up from Cassidy at The Fundamentals, and if you are interested, if you like the effect, I suggest you pick a copy up for yourself as well. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.